Effects. We all know what that is, but how do you get your effects to create a space and a vibe more than just the obvious? I've got nothing but respect for you if you're creating and putting yourself out there. This is part 4, my last one on best vocal plugins of 2019. And if you think stuff like this is kind of cool, it'd be awesome if you'd hit that subscribe button. Let's get straight into it. And so my first plugin, it came out a couple years ago. It used to be in the Slate collection. It's not anymore, but you can buy it independently. The LX480. Now this is an emulation of a Lexicon 480. Really famous. This really sounds like it. When I first heard it, I just thought, wow, that just sounds like what I think a record sounds like. I've got a preset in here that is like a CLA style plate, and I think I might have made it a little bit longer for this application. So let's listen to Kajan singing Hustle Makes Muscle, and this is with nothing on it.
It's the same lane, different K. Yeah. All we do is grind every day. Yeah.
Put it in.
Train whoop ass get paid. Yeah. On a fast cars. Yeah. Like it's NASCAR. Yeah.
You notice how that gives some dimension and depth to the vocal, and it just creates a little bit more of a vibe. Now, you might need to put headphones on to hear that, but it's subtle, and I'm not using a lot of it because I'm not trying to get this thing where there's like piles of reverb on it. And I think actually that's a common mistake, is putting a lot of reverb on something. This is just filling it out and creating some width and some depth to it. This Lexicon Reverb has a really, really good way of creating space, vibe, and depth without getting in the way. You almost don't really notice that it's there. It's really, really great. The other thing I'm going to hit is this delay. It's the Manny delay. Yeah, I know it's a few years old, but I still feel like it's probably the best all-in-one package. And why do I love it so much? Well, because of this row of stuff here. Verb, distortion, doubler, phaser, all that's at your disposal, and you need that sometimes to get separation or to get the delay to do something more interesting. So let's start without the delay on, then I'll add it.
It's the same lane, different K. Yeah.
Let's add it in.
All we do is grind every day. Yeah. Train whoop.
So you can hear it, and what's interesting about this delay that I also love is this button here, and you can high pass and low pass. It adjusts it so that it takes out the low and the high frequency, or the low and the high, I guess, for you. What I like about this is the way you can add a phaser. Now, I'll add this in. Actually, I'll add it in while it's playing, and listen to how you can all of a sudden hear the delay better. And it's not being turned up, but it separates more.
It's the same lane, different K. Yeah.
Putting it in.
All we do is grind every day. Yeah. Train whoop.
Then I added distortion.
Yeah. On a fast cars. Yeah. Like it's NASCAR. Yeah. 120 minute 3 passports.
So instant vibe, right? It's floating around. You can hear it. It's not very loud, but it's floating around a little bit. You can adjust, of course, the delay time here. It's so quick to experiment with what vibes with the track. Something I also do a lot is add reverb to the delay. It sort of softens the delay. I didn't use it on this, but let's just throw it in so you can see what it sounds like.
It's the same lane, different K. Yeah. All we do is grind every day. Yeah.
That's a great way to add space and verb to something without actually adding verb to the vocal. So you get a lot of presence, so it feels like there's dimension to it without losing the engagement of the vocals. And I find that I can dial in a vibe very quickly. Try reverb, don't like it. You try something, you know right away if it's working. If it's not, you try distortion, you try the doubler, you try the phaser. It's just all right there. Love this thing. Okay, the other reverb that I like really a lot is this Verbsuite Classics. It's got a lot of good presets in here, but what it has that's awesome is if you look here, and you have to download these separately. So let me just move the camera around. That is this machine right here. And that is a $5,000 reverb. And I can tell you from having both available that this is a really, really good emulation. Is there a difference? Yeah, a slight difference. But the price difference is really, really a lot. Okay, so without it,
it's the same lane, different
Let's put it in.
All we do is grind every day. Yeah, nah. Train, whoop, ass, get paid. Yeah, nah.
So I know it's subtle, but think about using effects this way. That brings a brightness. It's definitely a different vibe than the other reverb. Brightens it up, creates some engagement. I might start using that more. I really like that. This has been around for a couple years too, but the doubler in here is fantastic. So here's the vocal width out.
It's the same lane, different key. Yeah, nah.
Add it.
All we do is grind every day. Yeah, nah. Train, whoop.
So if you add a lot, you can hear it like this.
It's the same lane, different key.
Too much. But what this does is if you use it subtly, you can get the vocal from being this wide to this wide.
It's the same lane, different key. Yeah, nah.
It's really good for creating bigger size without losing clarity. I just really love that particular one, and I also like things that are easy. I put that plug in it till I get a little bit of dimension to the vocal, and I'm done. I just love how fast that is. It's just the right thing almost all the time. Have a look at that. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you think stuff like this is kind of cool, it'd be nice of you to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so we can keep the conversation going. It'd be pretty cool of you if you would drop something in the comments and let me know what I can help you with, because I'm here to help. Because that's what I'd really like to do, is talk about some stuff that you're interested in and see how we can make your music everything that you'd love it to be.